Hi, everybody. I'm producer Shane Segretti.
Hi, I'm Tuyet Nguyen, not a producer. I'm a co-host.
And I'm your other co-host, Robin Zlotnick.
Today we're going to play a game that is kind of based around a conversation that we've had internally here at Bunk 237. And the game is called Is It Horror Movie? The way the game works is I'm going to read 1-star reviews from commonsense.org. Tuyet and Robin will then guess what movie is being reviewed for 1 point. And then we're going to talk about it. We're going to say whether or not it is a horror movie, after which I will then read what the filmmakers, a specific review, or a little bit of trivia, categorizes the film for an additional bonus point. Now, whoever at the end of this game has the most points will win an actual physical prize that I'm very excited about. So Robin, please win.
Just to be clear, we have no idea what's going on.
Yes.
Shane designed this whole thing,
Yeah.
and we're very excited, but this is
I think
all
it
mystery.
I'm pretty sure it was a 20-second conversation that I just ran with.
Yeah.
That is correct, yeah. All of those things I can't affirm. Big mystery, real quick conversation. Suddenly I'm on a phone call. I don't know. There's
Well,
a
let's
prize?
do it. I'm in it to win it.
I'm ready.
There's a prize.
Also,
There's
I
a
think that's
prize.
a little bias that you would tell Robin to win. That's not fair.
Oh, you'll see when we reveal the prize.
Is it Simon your dog that you co-own?
No,
better
I
not.
just want to
be.
make sure.
no, because that's not a prize. That's a burden. So here's an example of how the game's going to work.
Okay.
Here's a review for a film
Whoa.
by That Dan Guy, written in 2008, for 1 star called Nauseating. Everything about this movie is terrible. I don't know what I was thinking or expecting from Keanu, because that's spelled wrong, Reeves. The guy can't hold his on in a supporting actor, much less the leading man. Don't waste your money. Don't let your kids watch it. You can find something better or spend money on, like treating the family to snail races. And you shouldn't expose your kids to such filth as Mr. Reeves attempts to act. That, of course, pretty obvious. That's Constantine.
Constantine. Just because we've talked about it before.
I know.
Yes, this
Yeah.
movie was actually kind of the inception of this conversation. Is Constantine a horror film? So here we go. Round 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Told you it's a long one. This is from a 14-year-old called Future Spielberg. Classic, just amazing. You know what? If you're mature, have your mind on right, and aren't too bogged by hell or the devil, you can see this movie. This movie is not for the woozy or light of heart. Oh, trust me, I've watched this with 2 friends. I have a lot of horror parties, brag. This was the first time all of us was watching blank. And we were scared out of our wits watching it. Violence is so-so. I had to look away when she was in the hospital. Yes, some might call it disturbing, or was disturbed when she was swinging on the bed for the first time screaming, "Mother, mother."
Oh,
but
The
you know what?
Exorcist.
That is
Did I get
correct.
it?
Robin, you got it. That
I
is
saved Tuyet from having to think about The Exorcist.
The
Thank
Exorcist.
you.
So
I thought it might be The Exorcist, but I didn't want to say it because that's scary.
now, for a bonus point, William Friedkin has rejected the notion that The Exorcist is a horror film. What do you think he thinks he made?
What?
He's only recently accepted the label of horror movie.
Does he think he made a family drama?
Ooh, that's actually kind of true. But do you think that he made does he think that he made, I don't, a religious, like, satire?
Say it again.
A religious satire, which is
I'm going to give you the
true.
point. That's the closest. He labeled
What?
it as a realistic film depicting the mysteries of faith.
Huh.
A realistic film, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Would you guys classify The Exorcist as a horror movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty easy.
Yes.
We're starting easy. Yes. There is no mystery to that.
I think
No.
William Friedkin is the only person in the world who doesn't think it's a horror movie.
Yeah, what is he trying to, like, get into a different, like, section on the, like, at the video store?
Yeah. Another 12-year-old. This was the lowest review I could find for this film, by the way. 2 stars.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. So this is our highest, lowest rated film in the game.
Okay.
So 2 stars. I can't even describe this movie. It was gory, violent, lots of blood. I'm 12, and it was too scary for me. I couldn't even look at my 8-year-old brother who had a smile on his face when people got eaten alive. There are only a few deaths, though, which is surprising. Other than that, it's just drinking, talking, a usual conflict about how a mayor wants to make money.
Jaws.
That's right. Jaws.
My first thought was Batman.
Mayors do want to make money in Batman.
Is Jaws a horror movie?
Yes.
I know it would scare
Yes.
a lot of people. Sorry, Jaws. Now, for a bonus point, what did Roger Ebert call Jaws in his review of the film?
Did he call it E.T. with a shark?
I'm going to give it to you, Tiet. I'm going to give it to you. It's not E.T. with a shark, but he did call it an adventure film, not a horror film.
Because there were like men on boats.
Yes. All right, here we go. Here's another one. From a 16-year-old. Awful. Quite a bit of violence for young children, but nothing too bad. Terrible film with such a cliche concept and totally ridiculous. Not at all entertaining and a waste of money. I do realize right now I grabbed a quote that did not reference the film at all.
This is extremely vague.
I had another one that was 2 on the nose.
I want to guess.
All right.
Young children.
Terrible film, such a cliche concept, and totally ridiculous.
Here's actually a pretty good hint. The film came out the year this review came out. So this is a film from last year.
Oh, shit.
Oh, from last year.
That changes things.
Is it It?
Oh.
Did that come out last year? Was
It
that
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2 came out last year, right?
Not It Chapter 2. All right,
Oh,
this
for
one was too
fuck's
hard. No one's going to get this one. But it's in the same lines as Jaws. It is last year's Crawl.
Oh.
So for a bonus point, which director claimed that out of all the movies that came out in 2019, this was his favorite?
I'm going to say Guillermo del Toro.
Jordan Peele? I'm like at a total loss.
Surprisingly enough, Quentin Tarantino.
What?
Really?
Quentin Tarantino said this was his
That's
favorite
interesting
film.
that it wasn't his own movie.
One-star review. This is from a parent. Pornographic filth, no redeeming quality, waste of time, we walked out. Graphic sex, bestiality, adultery. Name on commandment, and it was broken. All I can say is, why? This title contains sexy stuff.
Twilight. Is it Twilight?
Antichrist. What was the other one that I always get mixed up with Antichrist?
With Antichrist?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it Underworld?
It is an Academy Award-winning film.
Oh, is it the Guillermo del Toro?
Yes, I'm going to give it to Juliet because she got it.
Oh.
Like Fish for Water. No, what is it
It
called?
is The Shape of
Shape
Water.
of
The
You
Shape
got
of
it.
Water.
You said Del Toro. You said Del
Ooh,
Toro.
that's a good one. Bestiality. All right.
Well, he's a fish person.
Is that a fish
yeah.
man? Yeah. But it's also in a world where I don't think bestiality exists in that way, right? I mean, it's like a science fiction fantasy world where
Right. But I
fishmen
do
exist.
think that like regular animals also exist, and that would probably
Right, that would be bestiality, but I think fishmen don't
right.
quite
Don't
count
because
in
they're
that
half
world.
man.
'Cause they're
But
half-
is this
yeah,
is this a
you know
horror
what I mean?
movie? He said it's an homage to The Creature of the Black Lagoon, which is classified as a horror film. But would you consider this a monster film or a horror film on that subgenre of
I
monster?
have a lot of trouble with Guillermo del Toro's movies. I like them, but categorizing them is hard, and I think that's a testament to his, ingenuity and filmmaking ability. But I don't think I personally would categorize this as horror. I think this is a rom-com.
I agree. I think I agree that he sort of walks the line of horror because his movies have monsters in them, because they are fantastical in the way that a lot of horror movies are. There's usually some sort of dark fear element to them. but I don't think that touching on those things makes them horror. The storylines, and I think that the sort of the protagonist isn't necessarily fighting fear or being made to fear.
That's a good
in the
point.
way that, like, you know, monster movies are set up to be. His are definitely explorations of the human soul and fishman's soul.
Yes, I think that's very astute.
Yeah, I think his films are much more emotional than fear-based.
And that's a great segue into the bonus question. He was actually interviewed just after winning Best Picture. What do you think he said his style of filmmaking when it came to The Shape of Water was?
Fantasy?
Yeah, I would say surrealism.
He called it elevated. It was an elevated style of filmmaking.
Yeah, it sounds like he just doesn't like the word horror either.
Which I think the only time it's acceptable to call your film elevated is after you win Best Picture.
Sure.
I like how much you guys really don't like what these directors are saying. All right, moving on to the next film. Very close, I will say that.
Because none of us have ever gotten a point. Okay.
All right, this is written, and I also, maybe a little biased, chose this because of the handle name from Hawaii, but it's terrible. Would rate it 0 stars. Don't see it. All filmed in a dumb house, low budget, no story at all.
Is this
Filmed in a dumb house.
Evil Dead?
Cabin in the Woods.
Is it Hush?
It is the most controversial environmental film ever made.
Is this The Happening?
Nope.
That's what it is, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Another review did not like how grotesque a particular baby scene was in this film.
Oh, it's Mother.
Yes, Robin gets the point. It is
I
Mother,
really liked that movie.
which, as we know, Darren Aronofsky has referred to it as an environmental.
All filmed in a dumb house. They're not wrong.
That's my favorite review. Is Mother a horror film? Is it horror movie?
This is an interesting one because I saw it and was so disturbed by it and did not think of it as a horror movie until I heard other people talking about it, like way after I had seen it. But I do think that it probably, yes, is a horror movie.
I haven't seen Mother, so I can't answer definitively, but based on this poster, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, it's very disturbing.
Yeah, if I saw this in the horror section, I would say that it fits in aesthetically.
The environmental thing is definitely part of it, but for me personally, I got much more out of the like toxic man allegory, the whole like god complex, toxic masculinity, superiority complex kind of stuff, which I thought was very good. But I now don't know that if Darren Aronofsky intended that. So,
All right, last round. So it's anybody's game.
I like how also that's vague. Like,
right, who's winning?
Yeah, thank you. All right, this 13-year-old
That was not a compliment.
Don't watch it, period. Oh my God. I saw this when I was 11 and flat out hated it. Come on, M. Night Shyamalan. The Sixth Sense was awesome. Unbreakable was the bomb, and The Village was sweet. Then there was Signs. That was the first hint that his career was going downhill. The special effects were okay. The script needed improvement.
The Happening?
Yeah, I got it. It is The Happening.
I was going to say, have I mentioned this movie already?
Sorry, I read ahead really quick.
That's fine.
So
Smart.
what I was reading for was the movies not mentioned.
Yes, this is M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening. Is it horror movie?
I'm going to say, unfortunately, yes.
I'm going to say it tries to be. Fun fact, though, I saw The Happening in theaters, and this was one of the first movies. I don't know what year it came out, but this was one of the first movies where I thought that I was going to be like a movie reviewer, and I took my notebook and pen to the movie theater to write notes on The Happening.
Adorable. I also saw this in the theater. I That's my only memory of it. That I went
mine
and saw this
too.
movie in the theater. Did you end up writing the review? Can I read it? Is it online?
No, it does
Oh,
not
wow.
exist anywhere. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't have a job as a movie reviewer. I just thought I was going to be like a film scholar.
Robin, we should review this movie.
Robin, you win.
I wonder why it worked out that way.
Yeah, why am I in this game? Just do something nice for your wife, Shane.
And you win the ultimate prize. You win. And it was actually harder to find this than I thought it would be. But you win a DVD copy of The Happening.
Dang,
That's a
that's
good
good.
prize.
Daring,
That's a good
refreshing,
prize.
and scary. And then we'll let you know this is a used copy. I'm not even 100% sure it will play. That's been Is It Horror? We did it!
We did it, yay.
Be sure to check out Bunk 237 on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Please subscribe to the podcast. Please review us on Apple Podcasts as well. That's very, very helpful for us. You can also email us at bunk237@gmail.com if you have any suggestions for films or anything that we should take a look at. And you can also follow us on Instagram at bunk237pod and Twitter at bunk237. I've been Shane Scaredy,
I'm Tiet Nguyen.
I'm Robin Zlotnick.
and this has been Bunk 237. Is It Horror?
Woohoo!
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.